He's insane. everybody. Welcome back to the stream. I'm the weirdo with the beardo, and today we are playing some more Vampyr, or Vampyr. Depends on how you want to pronounce it because of the weird YR spelling. This is our second stream. If I remember correctly, last time we got to the beginning of chapter 2. We're going to be continuing here. Once again, this is the second playthrough on the channel. At the moment, I'm trying to do a dual playthrough with a one-off on Wednesdays.
Stay here until my research is
Our
complete.
primary channel playthrough
I'd
at the
better
moment
learn to
is
hide my
Baldur's
true
Gate
nature from the
Enhanced
mortals.
Edition. With this being a secondary
What about my
sort of,
thirst for
probably
blood?
going to be a shorter game. But for anybody that missed the previous stream, I will try to sum up what happened. With the sounds of it, we are a doctor. We have just come back from serving on the front lines in France during World War I, because we are currently in
The flower's
1918.
dying. It needs water.
Whilst walking the streets, we appear to have been bitten and turned into a vampire. In which case we were dumped in a mass grave due to the current epidemic of Spanish flu. Meanwhile, our sister had come looking for us, and just so happens we wake up as a vampire and she becomes our first victim. At this point we have essentially set out to find out who turned us and why. In the time we have met a doctor who seems to be part of some kind of secret brotherhood that seems to know a lot more about vampires. We have met a lady vampire who does not seem to like us very much, and he has given us a job in a hospital since we were a doctor quite renowned with blood transfusions, and that was before the vampirism, so I think I'll be even better now. We've also met some people. There appears to be like a human faction called the Pruin, who are vampire hunters. And that's it. So essentially we've got our little office here, away from prying eyes. There seems to be a few readable collectibles that I really want to pick up now. But I think we're about caught up with what we know. Oh, also vampires seem to come in like a lower and higher and lesser form. We seem to be like a higher form. A lesser form seem to be a bit more rabid and bloodthirsty. They call those skulls. Okay. Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I am a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest, and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed, and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice that there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured, I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. No, you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you, these dark times we are all presently facing. These dark times we are all presently facing. That seems a bit of a weirdly worded sentence. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, Edgar Griffith Swansea. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I have discovered about Econ in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me. I don't intend to, but I guess that would be this. Article on Econs. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire to observe their most intriguing physical and physiological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or Econ as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest sensors and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, and necessity to flee, I have seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly, but it is not like a teleport or a dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, or jump faster than any of us. I also notice that such speed seems to exhaust them and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will and even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed told me that the more subject tries to resist, the more permanent damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture the target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one, the possibilities are endless and frightening. And then blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenzied drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This urge, this need for blood may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that the blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and in that in some cases he can even sense diseases, infect clothing, or even in items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications it almost beggars belief. Which comes into a mechanic of the game that I can sense that people are ill and sort of know what quality of their blood is, as well as the ability to actively heal them to make their blood better if I do decide I want to feed on them. No, super fun stuff. Hi Nurse Crane, sorry I took so long, I had a lot of notes to read.
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Hurry up!
I'm still right here.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
No antiseptics at all.
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Okay, let's go get some antiseptics. Also talked to a few patients around here and stuff like that, so I'll just go over. So each looks like we're going to be at 4 districts of London. So we've got Whitechapel, which currently Nurse Crane is apparently the pillar. I killed like a really difficult enemy, or at least a high level one it looked like, and got some information about Albert Palmer, who is apparently one of the Wet Boots boys, which seems to be a local gang. This is the Pembroke. So the first person I have fed off is this guy, who was apparently the leader of the gang. I found out after eating the guy. But the game sort of pushed me. I mean, I had the choice not to, but he was a bit of an arse. So, you know. This guy's sick look, he's got fatigue, which means I have to make a cure for fatigue to give it to him, and that'll increase his blood quality. I still haven't met this guy, and I haven't met these two people. And then I've still not met a lot of people around the docks. This guy wants again treatment for fatigue. For that I need to gather materials and stuff, and it looks like the map's of a decent size. So I started here at the Southwark docks, and then I've sort of worked my way up here. So I've got a small chunk of area to go. Seems to be a hideout in Whitechapel, and then that's a side mission. Here's my sort of stats and weapons. So I've got blood barrier, which I can upgrade. Some passive stuff. I haven't got any serums because I haven't been able to make any yet, because they're expensive to make. It's a decent chunk of stuff to the game. And then I've found some stuff on weaknesses of vampires. So apparently sun can't kill vampires. We just regenerate when the sun goes down. We turn to skeletons. Garlic doesn't work, but crosses do seem to have some sort of effect. Apparently the best way to kill a vampire is fire. So, stay away from fire. Okay. So we're heading for a narrow path at the end of the street that should lead us to the old morgue, which I assume is this gate here. Quarantine influenza. Keep out of this area by heart. Yep, bored. And what about you? Quarantine contagious disease. One shall enter or leave quarantine area without written of the local health authority. An authorized employee of the blank shall alter, destroy or remove this card. Violating the circulation will be fined. Okay, so that's been a bit ripped up. I'm guessing this is where I need to be going. A lovely little place this is. You can upgrade your weapons using workbenches, which are available in every hideout. Yes, as well as a flickering light that will cause epileptic fits. Okay. Find some ferrous, tartate, quinine, and sodium hypochlorate. And I'm assuming, since vampires are a problem, that this morgue isn't going to be exactly as quiet as I'd hope. Can I open this door? Looks like it. I can already hear breathing. Also, I've not really played about with the brightness settings, and this is the darkest the game has been so far. So if it's a little dark and you're having trouble seeing the screen, let me know and I'll just bump the brightness up on my side. Because I know that sometimes streaming can darken the picture for some reason. Okay. Oh, money. Grab some more shillings. That looked like a pile of more than 5, but okay. Upstairs we go then. Hello, good sir. I'm just gonna stun you. Let's have your blood. Thank you. Okay. Ow. This is circles to dodge, and I do have a stab. Need to remember that. Let's just have some health back.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain.
There we go. Okay.
This sickness moves faster than influenza.
So I'm a little bit rusty on the combat, which is funny because it's only been a day. There we go. Okay. So that's the first part we found. So we need the key for the morgue basement. Can I open any of these doors?
I cannot enter.
No. No. Did you drop anything? Cigarette case. I'm pretty sure I could probably sell that. Oh, there's more stuff.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
What he said. Oh, hello. So you see the red marks on those? That basically denotes what kind of resistances this enemy has. So they're kind of resistant to melee damage. They're very resistant to range damage, because I do have a gun. But they are weak against blood damage. Aha! Haha. Okay. Do you have a key? You don't, but you do have blood samples, which I'm assuming will be good for something. So I'm guessing the sodium hypochlorite will be downstairs in the basement. Unless I'm missing something in here, which it looks like I might be. Ah, the key.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Oh, hi there, fella. That didn't work for you, did it? Okay, downstairs. Oh, hello. You guys have teleporting abilities now? Well, as the note just said, they don't teleport, they just move very fast. Okay, 2 of them. I wonder...
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. Enter the blood.
Nom, 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 nom. Okay, that's one. I know there's another. No. Where did the other one go? Okay. Do I have... Oh, I've got the scythe in the other half hand. So if I put the shotgun on, there we go. So that'll give me at least some options when it comes to, you know, taking things out. So I've got the scythe, which is a nice double-handed weapon that can parry. Oh, is that just an insta-kill? Nice. Damn. So I've got a blood heal and I've got that blood spear that you see me using. Okay. Let's have a look. Ah, here we go. New citizen investigation is available. Press that to look. I don't want to. I want to read this. Okay. Citizen investigations are displayed here, categorized by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it. Okay. That's something to do with these two. Find out the cause of death. Office of Pembroke Hospital Medical Examiner report of investigation. Decedent Samuel Connor, race Caucasoid, sex male, age 39, home address unknown, occupation fisherman, type of death natural. Probable cause of death, fast progressing pneumonia by virus induced pulmonary consolidation, Spanish influenza. Examination attendees Dr. Cocher and Tippett, nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Name and signature of medical examiner Dr. Corcoran. Tippets.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Okay, let's have a look at his body.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Interesting.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
Okay, anything else?
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Interesting. Is that a new weapon? You just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Equip it to directly absorb blood. Okay, so if I equip you in the main hand... a 64... 72... The Liston knife. Okay, so Dr. Tippett's tried to cover up his own mistake, which, to be honest, let's face it, makes sense. Yeah, I knew there was another guy. Let's see how this blood thing works. Okay, it's not too bad. No, get off me, don't bite me. Thank you. That's incredibly unhygienic. Yep, okay. Guess this is where we're gonna find the things I need. Oh, hello. John Doe. Boss fight, it seems. Oh! Whoa! Okay. Excuse me. Ow. No. Damn. Okay. Was not prepared for that. Okay then. No messing around then. So that'll probably be a good one to upgrade it a little bit. I want that steak. Main hand. You know what? Let's go for the scythe and the hatchet. Okay, it's put me back here. How much is that? Does it mean I've got to do again? Dodge. God damn it. Okay. My gaming skills are amazing. Alrighty. Let's try this again, shall we? And this time not die horribly and stupidly. Stab. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Stomp, feed. Crack. Crack. No. There we go. There we go. That worked. That was successful. I'll chalk that up as a success. Alright, you. Yep, thank you. Okay, now for the boss fight. Okay, the question I've got is... Resisted. Now. No, get off me. Let's just do some healing. No, thank you. No. Okay, there we go. There we go. No, this is a bad place to be. No. No. Hell yeah.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Okay. Yeah, I can see this game being very difficult if you try to stick with not drinking blood. So I'm gonna have to make those choices about who... Because seems when I drink the blood of a normal person that they die. Like, it's a no if, and or buts kind of thing. It's like, if you drink their blood, they are gonna die. Okay, so I can make a... Let's analyze this. Treatment for cold, bronchitis, and pneumonia. Cool. Analyze the blood sample. Light blood serum. Cool. Apparently I can make one of these. I can make a treatment for fatigue. Cool. Can I upgrade this hatchet? No. Can I upgrade this? I can. Which means enhanced handling, stamina consumption, absorb blood points when this weapon hits. Yes, please, considering that's the whole point of this. Can I upgrade a weapon? No, because I haven't got a trigger part, and I assume I need the same for that. Yep, okay. And the stick, can I make that better? Oh, I can indeed. 3 stun points, decrease stamina consumption. I think I want the stamina consumption for that one. But I still need more aluminium powder. Is there anything I can... Ferrous tartate? Yes. So if I go for the steak, stamina consumption, conduction. Yes, my stamina is electric. Ferrous tartate, I've got lots of. Glass vial, I've got lots of. Can't heal right now, which is probably problematic. But the only thing is I can now get out of here, because I have what I need. Suppose I'll be fine as long as there's no more. Of course there is. Wait a minute. Oh, it's because of that. Okay, so let's switch to that. Offhand, that. There we go. Yep. There we go. That feels better. Stop. That's the way we like it. Okay, this game does not pull punches, which is good. Like a bit of a challenge. Okay. That side mission, the wrong target. The reason why I've not gone for that yet is the enemies in that area were all level 12, and considering I was just struggling with enemies of level 6, the idea of going up against a gang of 11 level 12s is far from appealing as an idea. So let's go. Nothing shiny? No? Okay. To the hospital. for citizens. Pippa, Thelma, and Thomas.
This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
You two are having fun? Dr. Aykroyd. Goswig. Oh, I could give you the fatigue and see if that makes you any better.
Morgue disguised as a hospital.
Oh, do I know you? Vampyr. Rakesh. No, I want. Who are you? Unknown. Ah, hello.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Your life in London. About Pembroke
What can you
Hospital.
tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need my help?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, so I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Okay. Tell me about
Please,
yourself.
could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose that career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
We'd love to help
It's
you.
always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Tell me about your
I
experience.
based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Okay. And what about Aykroyd's version?
What do you think of Dr. Aykroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Aykroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Aykroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Seems like a fun man. About your blood
Tell
transfusion
me
technique.
more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr.
Fiddick's
Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Okay.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
That's a good point.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I think I might have to go and have a word with Mr. Fiddick. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
I feel guilty about
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Did you voluntarily
You
hurt
can't
yourself?
hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Did your wife die?
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the...
Let's see. Fiddick, I've got all of his stuff. Those two I don't. Those two I do. Still gotta learn a lot more about these two. Haven't learned everything about her. Nothing about him. I'm about to learn some more dirt on these two.
Words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Okay.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many
Sounds
thanks,
good.
Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Okay. Diseases decrease blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind Dorothy and check his medical status.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Medical checkup.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Give medicine.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Personal questions. Nope. Life in London. How painful is your throat?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you
some
get
rest.
some rest, then.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time
Okay.
with me.
What about you?
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
No hints. No.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Nothing new for those.
Doctor.
Okay. Talk to Edgar Swansea. Yeah, I don't really want to take care of any of these patients, though. Oh, what about you? Oh, that you're just flashing from the fire. I thought you had something useful for me, man. Okay. Here I was just about to chow down
We
on
lack
that
the
guy.
resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
You who I want to see.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Alright. False and Strickland's
Tell
research.
me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Is your rivalry
And
blinding
are you
you?
not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Okay, what do you wish to
Why
do?
do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Cool.
So many deaths.
Oh yeah, I need to be going
A
up.
lot of my own
But I
life.
want to find the good doctor. Oh, hello. You're a new one.
It's locked.
Dorothy Crane. Unknown. Milton. Dr. Tippett. I need to have a word with you.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
But I will be right back, guys. Need to grab a quick drink. And a toilet break. Suggest you guys do the same, and I'll be right back.
This is no time for self-pity. It is the last thing our patients need. At least that mistress of
Corin, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Nothing. Surely I can endure
But the suffering continues.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm a living paradox.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and Now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No need to apologize.
There's no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Interesting. You anything interesting in here for me? A letter. Letter of Rakesh Shanada. Pembroke Hospital, 4th of August. Dear Dr. Swansea, I will be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's opened. As I have already told you, I was a doctor during the war and I will be glad to serve my country again. I know it is not the same being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I do believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed too. Rest assured I will do my best to fully perform this new duty as best of my ability. Considering the question of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Always sincerely, Rakesh Shanada, former doctor. Something seems fishy about that. Warning letter. Pembroke Hospital, 25th of October. Dear Dr. Swansea, I must inform you of my deepest reservations concerning Dr. Thoreau Strickland and Harvey Fiddick case. Mr. Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury. He may permanently lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims that a surgical procedure may save the man's arm completely. I say it may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. Our young colleague is an audacious and daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years, but now he lacks the skills to perform such risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistakes he made in the past? Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you permit him to perform such a hazardous experiment. View it very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. Interesting. Anything else? No. Oh, yep. Rare species of vampire. As a scholar and exegete of ancestral writings, I would never insist enough about the importance of taking legends and ancient folklores into account when searching for hints about hidden or lost secrets. A common mistake is to take what we know for an established truth and use it to discard any contradictory material. For example, we must consider that the possibility of an undiscovered species of vampires and the necessity to rethink what we see as the established truth about the various types of immortals based on what we know and what we gathered through time. How many centuries did we consider that the vampire was a vernacular term for what we have learned to call Ekon? Until the day 4 explorers of the Brotherhood found proof in Siberia that Volkods were a lupine type of vampire, we considered these creatures to be linked to the mythological werewolf. Now we know it is not true. What about the rest? What about the Rakasha from my homeland? What about the Chinese Jiangxi? Or the Putian of southern Chile? And without even leaving the beautiful Great Britain? What about the stories of bat-shaped women sometimes seen flying around St. James's Church in Louth? What about the creature only identified as a disaster in some obscure's testimonies, which led to destroy London in 1666 by spreading plague all around the city? What about the Nimrod, the mythical figure of a restless vampire hunter, sometimes described by ancestral British icons as a legendary huntsman who only feeds on his prey's blood and could go unnoticed amongst mortals and immortals? I tell you, my brother, that we can never be too sure of what we could find, if only we could forget for a few minutes that we're supposed to already know. From Unveiling the Night by Ulsha Trolltree, Primate of St. Paul. Interesting. Okay, let's go speak to Strickland and Co. Hello.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Old Miss Jones, you say? Personal questions.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Where's Mr. Ackroyd chilling?
You always do the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Is that you? Yeah, it is.
I'm quite busy right now, Doctor.
I don't care. Tell me about things.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, you're useful. Okay, let's head outside, talk to Lady Ashbury.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Glad to see you.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Okay.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Okay.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
We both are afflicted with a thirst for blood, Lady Ashbury. That is our nature. By vocation, we also have reason to visit the hospital. Logic dictates.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Okay, interesting. Let's go speak to this Harriet then, who I'm assuming is the old lady in the room I couldn't speak to before. Is there anything in here I can steal? No? Okay. Hello?
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please calm down.
Please calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
He's a blackmailer?
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Interesting.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Hello, Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if the nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
You're a little too defensive for my liking. Brannigan, you're usually a little bit more open about these matters.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Hospital staff with a criminal
Do you know
background.
if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Interesting. I'll have to have a look at that in a second.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
And then Dorothy Crane, where the hell are you? Hey there, little kid. Okay, I'm just gonna pause it real quick there while I just check something. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just had an important email I had to check out. Everything is in order. Okay, we want to go find... I want to go speak to this guy, because I'm curious who he is.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from mussophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend.
What are you doing
This
here?
is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
I'm guessing Oswald is the guy that we saw get stabbed and thrown into the canal.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
Okay.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
So that sounds like a new investigation just started. Reach the pharmacy. Interesting.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Interesting. Let's go have a look who that is then.
I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
medicine to save. What do you mean?
I want to see the sky. Feel the fresh air.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that went well.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Can I unlock the door for next time? Yeah, good. Thanks. Cool. Now this time, it's going to go better than last time. Okay. Let's go back down. Do 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 do. There we go. That worked out well. Hello there.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Goodbye. Cool. Oh, some more quinine. That's the stuff I need for most of the concoctions. Okay, so now I helped him. What next? I also got a new weapon. Level 2 two-handed weapon. Stamina consumption up compared to that. Yeah, so basically the machete is the best thing I've got. The problem is it's a little bit weak. Okay, that's stronger. And does a stun. Okay. I've got no serums. I can't make any serums right now. I'm gonna have to go to sleep soon to evolve. But I'm sure I can do this mission first. So that, yeah, okay. So I've got to go round. Rogue Skull level 4, so this guy should be pretty easy to take out. No. Yep, there we go, quite easy. Man of the Dragon. Considering the Brotherhood of St. Paul's stole, I would advise our members to be very wary about these so-called scholars. Yes, indeed, most of them are always affable and respectful whenever they approach us, but it would be quite unwise for a discreet circle like the Escalon Club to foolishly speak about our goals, our members, or our traditions. I would like to remember our fellow... Why do I always start yawning when I read? I would also like to remind our fellow members that the Brotherhood itself is ancient enough to have some mysterious traditions. One of them, according to some informants, could be the ritual of the so-called Ban of the Dragon. It seems that in certain conditions, when the Brothers of St. Paul Stole find a violent or bloodthirsty immortal, they call upon him this ban. What is it exactly? I don't know. Does it really exist? I don't know for sure either. But I've established as facts is that whenever a hostile or vindictive vampire has threatened London, it disappeared without a trace after the Brotherhood pronounced a ban upon him. The loyal Fergal Bansher himself has never been foolish enough to openly provoke the Brotherhood. This is a lesson we must all remember. Never be considered a dragon by the Brotherhood. From Law of the Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. I wonder if that's like a vampire club. Oh, serum. So that will heal my life fully for the most part. Cool. More stuff. And hello viewer. Hope we're doing good today. Hope you stick around for a little while. We are playing Vampire. Hello. We are playing Vampire and we are fighting a werewolf. No, thank you. Taste. Okay, ranged he's bad at, so wrong button. Let's switch that to that. Take that. Yeah, that really does nothing. So crap. No, I missed. No? Get him. Let's just keep this distance. That's gonna take a little while. Ouch. Come on. Hell yeah. Okay. Wait a minute, that was the guy I was looking for? Surely not.
Here's what's left of him.
That's what I was
Not a
looking
lot to check, but I should anyway.
Nurse Crane's voucher. If you are sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothy to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. And then again in what I can only assume is some Eastern European language.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel.
Possibly
What is
Polish.
Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
No, that's not Polish. Not sure about that language. Doesn't look familiar to me. Okay. We're going to Whitechapel, so let's see if we can't meet. I mean, what? We're in the 1900s, so yeah, so we're not going to meet Jack the Ripper. But I'm sure there'll be something in regards to Jack the Ripper, because it's a game that features Whitechapel. And I'm sure that's game lore. Probably need to, with the 3000 XP I've got, I probably need to stop by the... Hello. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, there's a skull there. That's not good. And... No problem, taken care of. Now, can I investigate that? Yes, cool. More quinine, which is good, and some clove essence. So, if I get back to the hospital and just sleep the night away, I can upgrade, level up, probably be better for wherever the hell I'm going next, because it's no doubt going to hurt. I also need to make sure that I have this investigation set, because I think we're going to the same area. Okay. To bed we go. Oh yeah, that's definitely going in a similar space. Oh, thank you for the free stuff. Hi, Punk. chlorite. That means I can definitely make another cure for fatigue as well. So let's do that first. Workbench. Is that the workbench? Yep. Light bud serum. Regeneration. I think I want that more than anything. Yep. Can I make one of those for like a small heal? Yes, cool. Okay, treatment for fatigue. Anemia. Cold. Codeine. Keep that for now. Can I upgrade any of these? Can I upgrade this again? No, that's staying there. Can I upgrade the hatchet? Nope, need common handle parts. What about the shotgun? Common trigger part. Common trigger part. Stick. Can't go any higher. Common handle part. Okay, so I'm not upgrading any of that. Not going to tear any of this down. Yes. Spring, no, they're not good to me. But what that means is I can make that. Cool. That means the only things I don't have is treatments for pneumonia and bronchitis, which means if I do come across anybody that's ill, I should be able to treat them nicely. Refill all, please. There we go. Shotgun's refilled. Awesome. Let's have a rest. Okay. Increase health, increase endurance, yes please. I think another 30%. Yeah, cool. Blood capacity. Shadow mist. Place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet or yours will explode. Close range skill. What about this? Coagulation. Oh, like a stun. Duration 5 seconds. Will that make it longer? It will. Not. Cost none. Hit absorbs 2 hits. I bet you that makes it last longer. Yeah. That makes it recover. Interesting. Interesting. I think I want to make the blood spear better, definitely. And then one of... oh, ultimate. How much does this cost? 1,000. I don't have enough for any of these, but I'm sure I can make... yeah, let's heal better. Nope, it's too high. Blood capacity up then, I think. Yeah, there we go. That leaves us with 175. There we go. I'm now vampiring. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This should actually get better because I healed. Yep. Okay, what's wrong with this fella? He's got a headache. Okay. The docks stays stable. Still serious in Whitechapel, which is where I'm headed to. And I've not met anybody in this unknown district yet. Oh, hi there, Jonathan. Okay, now I can head down here. Secretly leave. Head my way to Whitechapel. Might as well check the bin. Aluminium powder, which is good for weapon upgrades. material, very nice. Okay, let's have a look. I'm level 10. At least it's the level 12. Okay. Oh, Jesus. That's him down. Yeah. Can I? No. There we go. How about you guys just come down here and have a play?
No!
Did you just throw a grenade at yourself? Huh. I suppose it's meant for vampires, so it wasn't gonna hurt you, was it? No. There we go. Taken care of. Let's see if your big boy up here dropped anything. Yep, you did. Cool. Bullets. Very nice. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Don't you just hate it when you teleport instead of checking the bins? Okay. Now I'm going to teleport. Thank you kindly. Any of these new? King Country needs you. Okay, same stuff we've seen before. Propaganda for World War I. Dead Inside. That makes 2 for 2 the games we played on this channel having a Walking Dead reference. Oh, did not see you there, man. Pardon my intrusion. You don't get to bite me back. No, don't eat the rats.
This is
That's gross.
despicable.
Did not intend to do that. Okay, may I have more heals? Oh, I think I might be at the Prairie Guard post, which makes me think, can I get through somewhere around here? Aha! Is this a hideout? It is indeed. Which means that is some stuff. That's my refill bucket. Can I make... No, no, okay. What about in here? Quinine. Can I rip that to pieces? Can recycle that, which is going to be good. Does that allow me to make one of these? Codeine, yes, cool. Alrighty. Hey. Ow. Okay. I think we need to have a word, sir. About just how unnice that is. You see, it's not nice, is it? Okay. This is the local command post, right? Or at least I'm heading the right way to it. What's over here? Any stuff I can collect? Oh no, this is where I fought the really hard guy. Okay, so this is where I should have been going in the first place when I was trying to do that earlier. Or in the last stream, I guess. So that means this door's pulling what I'm after. If I can open it, I can. Hello, good sirs.
Let's turn around.
Okay, this might not be a good idea. I've just seen their levels. Oh crap. Let's just pop a... Okay, that's blood. Okay.
Back in the grave.
Oh, owie. Owie. Okay, that's one of them. Okay, if I can keep hitting both. Oh, dinner. Come on, there we go. Ow, ow. Never mind. Let's just kill you. Cool. Okay, so that's not a small heal, so that's small blood regen, which I'd have probably noticed if I'd have read it properly. And a small health and a decent health regen, which is pretty nice to see. But I'm also a little bit worried about how high level these things are going to be. It's definitely Prue in place because well, they're the lockers. But I don't think the game's going to make me fight in such tight spaces because the combat doesn't seem built for that. And if it does, God help us all. Okay, it might do.
Die, vermin!
Yeah, which makes sense. Ow. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not, but I am. Great hunt, hail to our fallen comrades. I want to read that, if you don't mind. Hail to our fallen comrades, hail to their bravery, for we prevailed. The Guard prevailed, my brothers. We hunted them down, the enemies of mankind, hidden in the dark tunnels of our modern cities. We found them in their nests and dens, and they perished. We brought the fires of battle to the blackest pits. Never such a large-scale war has been engaged by mortals against immortals. Remember this victory, my brothers, for it seals and proves our methods. Never sleep, never surrender, never give up. Yes, my brothers, our method is good, and England is safer tonight thanks to you. Thanks to those of us bitten and killed by the enemy, or our trembling hand when they turned against us. Do not tremble, my brothers, do no doubt. I cry tonight for the fallen comrades. I cry for an old man who finally saw my goal accomplished as I live my last years on this earth. The Guard of Pruin is only half a century old, and we have already accomplished so much more than the traitors of St. Paul in half a millennium. This was our first great hunt. Let them leeches who survived our wrath remember we won't stop. From The Adversary by Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Pruin. Okay, so these must be like an offshoot. Report about Pembroke. 2nd November, from Scout Lewis Cagney to Mr. Geoffrey McCullum. Object, Pembroke Hospital Survey Vampire Activity. Sir, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now, we can confirm vampire activity there. First, we now have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. The beast is clever, she acts like a mental patient to hide her true unholy condition. I personally sneaked inside the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. But it gets worse. The administrator of the Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea, according to our team leader, Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in a fight against a skull by the canal. He may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that is true, then there may be something going on at the Pembroke, maybe even a nest of vampires, protected by those bloody traitors of the Stole. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Used Pruin steak, is that better than my current steak? Stamina reduction. No, stamina increase. 15 stun, but mine's at level 2, which means I think if I level that up, that should be better than my current steak. So for now, let's equip that. Does it look cooler than my current steak? Yeah, because it's made of metal. Hehe. Reissue with Thelma about the spies. We'll do that when we go back to the hospital. But for now, we're taking out this little issue. And we're off to Whitechapel to take care of another issue. But let's see if I remember where that... Ooh, shiny. Yeah, it's up here. Cool. Can we upgrade this? No, but it will actually be better. Stamina consumption, which I can't reduce the stamina take, so it will still take more stamina. But it will actually stake more. So you know what? We'll switch, keep with the common stake for now, because it can't be improved any further. And we'll upgrade the used Pruin one when we can. Didn't use any ranged weaponry, so we can just continue on. Okay. So we have werewolves now, which is always a major plus, right?
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye?
Is there? Yeah, there is. Come on. Thank you for doing that. God, shoot him in the back, I dare you. Fire. Oh no, too fast for you. Oh, I didn't dodge that one. Fair enough. That's gonna hurt. No. And now you're dead. Okay, give me stuff. Can I? Yep, thank you. Oh, common. Oh, tiny common handle part. If I can get another one of those, then I can upgrade that Pruin steak. I think I accidentally double tapped the button and teleported myself up on the bridge, which is good to know that I can do that kind of thing. Grease and screws. Oh, hello. Ow. still hurt just as much as your friend did. Ow. Okay, was not actually expecting that to come around the corner. Common trigger part, that's upgrade for guns. Whoops. Okay. Okay. This game gets quite intense, actually. Take me home to the Whitechapel Road. More Pruin. Pruin I can deal with. They're less of a pain in the ass than actual vampires. Level 16, on the other hand, are a little bit more of a pain in the ass than usual. So let's just have a nice... Ow. I feel like I'm getting a little bit too greedy sometimes. That sounds like a skull. That's painful. You know, if you guys want to just come play over here, away from the big nasty guy. Damn. Hooey. Yeah, maybe I should get a fire weapon. Or maybe just get better at the combat. So it's a very... I don't know, the combat is very Dark Souls-esque to me. No, that's not Whitechapel Street. Whitechapel Old Road. This is where we're going. Are we? No, this is where we're going. Okay, that explains things. I'm going to a harder area because I'm not paying attention to what I need to do. You, on the other hand, I am going to kill because you're still there. Hi, friend. Stun. Those things do not play around. Oh, hey fellas. Turn around.
This is no place for a gentleman.
Oh,
Go
really?
On, off you trot! Better go. I'll kill you!
Ow. your kind here. Cool. I do find it a little weird that I can't pick up stuff during combat. Okay. There's a bin I can open. Grease and screws. 25 meters. Maybe this is where I'm going.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. Okay. So maybe not. Is there something down here? Ah, there's money. Hello. So, I guess I'm going through this gate here if it's open. Yep.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Is that the hideout? There's just been... Nope. Box of pills, shotgun shells, always nice to see. What about up here? Is that just a nice... No? This is just a... Is this the hideout? No? I'm just exploring now. Okay. Huh. Up we go. You're a corpse.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert! Stop it!
Okay. Well, Albert is a guy that we need to go and speak to. Hi, Albert.
Someday you'll
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy
Do you
Crane.
know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, that was super useful. You have fatigue, and I could mesmerize
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Give the medicine.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Life in London. Did you steal that man's medication?
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey! I didn't do anything, it ain't me!
Maybe you
All
confused you
right.
with somebody else?
Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Okay. Personal questions. Nothing. Manual looking
I
for his
found the
dead.
recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
This is not
Free? You may soon find out that you have simply traded one set of shackles for another.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
Okay. I mean... I could. What's wrong with this guy? Nope, didn't miss him. right? I'm not gonna just go and eat people straight away. I mean, it's tempting. Okay.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Hello, good sir.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
He's got a migraine, which I don't have a treatment for. I could mesmerize him. What's his blood worth? Okay, he's really bad blood. Looking for Nurse Dorothy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Interesting. Work in London. Tell me about this
What
place.
can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
Have no family?
You don't have anywhere to go. No family that would welcome you.
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Oh, so...
You mean you used to have
This
a
is
better
dad,
life?
okay.
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just
still do.
Ben the Tramp.
Okay. Explains Albert's
Perhaps
wanting
you could
to escape.
focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Cool. Why did you shoot this boy?
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy he just frayed me last nerve.
Tell me about the
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
These are barbaric
It's
methods.
a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Fun. No. 480. Still got a hint locked. I don't have a treatment for migraine. Can I even make that? No, I assume that's in the next group of things. Okay.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Yeah.
Littering the streets.
Okay. That way. Oh, hello.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Interesting. She's got good blood. Can't mesmerize her, which makes sense.
I'd like to see
Have you
what
got
kind
anything
of medicine
useful?
you're selling.
Printed in Latin, can be recycled into components. It's expensive, so I'll pick it up. Do you want some of my crap? Like, for example, some of these. And the watch. And the bottle of alcohol. I'll keep those because they give me other things that are quite nice to have. That's expensive. Codeine. Ferrous tartate. So how much of this stuff have I got? Ferrous. I've got 4 of that. Got 2 codeine. Got 3 opium. 5. Okay, so I actually kind of want to buy multiple. I'll buy 4 of those. Oh, that's expensive. Buy 2 of those. Buy 2 of those. 2 of those. 2 of those. There we go.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Okay, so what do I get out of the snake oil she just sold me? Did I not buy her snake oil?
Even the
Excuse
Good
me, ma'am.
evening.
Trade.
I'd like to...
I did buy her snake oil. Oh, I guess I'll go test it in my lab.
Good evening.
For now, let me ask you all the questions I can ask.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
And is there anyone
I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Okay. Personal questions. Nothing. Okay, let's go.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
I'm sure it has. This looks like the place.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Okay. So how do I do that? Oh, there she is. Okay. No, that's probably just gonna...
There's nobody here.
So I need to somehow get closer to him. Which I guess means going around.
When science fails you, this is
Okay. Why do I feel like this is not the right way? No, it's definitely not the right way. Another bin. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm a vampire. Shouldn't I just be able to, like, jump onto the top of something?
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
He's got bronchitis. I got bronchitis. Do I go down? Is this a down? This is a down, but it's a down in the wrong way. Map might help here. So there's 2 doors in there. Maybe the other door? Well, surely that was locked. Yeah, that was also locked, right?
I cannot enter.
Curfew. Okay, how the hell do I get in there and observe him? Because I can't get close enough. Doesn't seem anywhere I can jump to. No. I'm officially confused.
There's no one in.
Yeah. Can't enter house is empty. That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
It's locked, all right.
I'm a vampire. Can't I just bust the damn thing down? Okay.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer
Maybe
to...
you.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Yeah, okay. No. No. No.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough.
Okay. Dead guy. Had a nice expensive ring on him. What about you? No, nothing. Cool. Oh, that'll be the hideout.
It's locked.
And it's locked. Cool. Can I get in there? Who are you?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
No, you didn't. But I'm
Have you
looking
heard of
for
a
Dorothy
nurse
Crane.
named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Okay, personal questions, nothing. Life in London. About the lack of
According
doctors.
to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around
Very nice man.
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
You're a nice man.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Can I go in here?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Hi, Harry.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Thanks for luring me into the house. I'm going to rob you now. I mean, I'm going to look at everything that shines and take it.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Looking for Dorothy
Do you
Crane.
know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
You've got fatigue. I'm sure I could fix you up a treatment for that. How do you feel?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Sounds about right. No,
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
Oh, totally. You have a place to call home. Could be
You
worse.
have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
Why don't you just leave?
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
That's a good point. No hints, cool. Okay.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna go have a look around the rest of your house. Oh, you're a very happy young man. No wonder you've got so many friends.
It's locked, all right.
Job refusal letter. That'd be for this fella, right? No, maybe Joe Peterson. Where the hell do I read these things? Because it doesn't pop up here. Ah, here we go. Dear Mr. Peterson, it is my duty to inform you of our refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. I must thank you for the time spent at our office explaining the difficulty of your situation with your ill boy and the loss of your beloved wife, but it is my duty to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of further criminals or convicts. Your unfortunate connections with the ill-firm wet bull boys have been duly noticed. In these are hard times, sir, and Finch and Harper intend to reward first the candidates who pass the small inquiry we like to conduct about our future employees. You have my deepest sympathy, and may God be with you and your family. Sincerely, R.D. Harper. Okay, so he was involved with the gangs. Professional vampire hunters. Oh, great. If you ever suspect someone to be a vampire, don't try to kill it yourself. You have no chance. Instead, contact me or try to inform a professional vampire killer. These men and women are rare, but they know what to do against these evil creatures. It even seems that some of them are working together under the name of the Guard of Pruin, a a paramilitary organization dedicated to the eradication of vampires in London. They are your friends. You are not alone. Solutions exist. Be smart. Spread the word. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly. Okay, Clarence, I think we need to have a word with you in the future. That's
It's locked.
And I wonder who I have to kill to unlock it.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Meanwhile, we'll leave super depressed boy to his father.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down.
Hello.
You again? What do you want this time?
Keep working on for the gang.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now, and people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
No regrets at all?
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Alrighty.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Is this the guy that I
Welcome,
spoke to
sir.
earlier? No.
Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Okay,
Right
trade.
then.
What have you got?
Show me what you have.
Aluminium shard. Common handle part. Buy one of those. Buy one of those. I guess I can sell the ring, right? I'll probably have nothing of use. There we go.
Cheap.
Oh, need to speak to you
Fancy
about the other
buying
stuff.
something, sir?
You never lose your...
Looking for Dorothy
Have you heard of a
Crane.
nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
She's an excellent nurse.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Interesting. Noticed anything
As
out
a
of the ordinary?
merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Okay, the violence is increasing.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Oh, there we go.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Sounds like skulls to me. Okay, how's business?
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Interesting. Life in London. No. Personal questions. No. Cool.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Speak to Mr. Joe again. I need to get in there. How the hell do I get in there?
I should never have taken up my father's business.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius.
Okay,
Nearby
there we go.
the church they just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm also starting to think now that maybe the text on there was possibly Romanian.
I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Malevolence and trickery.
High Priest.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Yeah,
I've
I don't
had
want to talk
enough
to this guy.
tonight. Goodbye.
Okay, let's have a look ski. So he's all on his own, but there ain't no way that I'm gonna get his blood. Not right now, anyway. But I suppose we can find out if I can enter a church. Nope.
Soon the time will come when you will all be alone.
But around the church, so let's see. Said he was skulking around the church, so... Anything nice up here for me? No? Okay. Oh, hello there.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
Interesting.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Maybe this... Nope, that's blocked. Oh, pretty flower. Small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup hidden in the flowers. Okay, so she gets the flowers for free.
Hello again.
So she helps out Nurse Crane. I know you work for
Melia,
Nurse
I
Crane.
know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
Interesting.
Very well. Goodbye then.
So he's behind the church, which means I need to get around there somehow. But that door's locked.
It's locked.
So how do I get in there? Maybe around the other side. Let's see.
I'm cheap and I'm clean, I promise.
This looks like an easy
Don't
blood
be
bag.
shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Okay. She's got fatigue. She's actually got quite a good blood quality to say that she's a lady of the night.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
That is a good point. But helping people of Whitechapel and blackmail are two different things, and that's what I'm looking for. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
That was your decision to sell your
Many
body.
people must deal with poverty. But not all choose to sell their bodies. That was your decision.
And when exactly was the last time you looked for a job? Or worried about the rent, or what, or when you were going to eat?
That's a good point. About your health.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
What about your client's health?
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Okay. She needs a treatment for fatigue.
Christina, have you been examined?
No,
I don't...
That's not what I wanted. Personal questions. No. Cool.
Goodbye, Min.
Maybe if I go the other way around the hospital, like at the church, I can get to the guy I'm looking for. Yep. I was gonna say, it's been a little while since I've had to fight anything, so... Anything good for me? Chlove essence, potassium permanganate. Definitely going all out with the medical terms in this. Okay, you did reload. Very good. Just in case there's a werewolf hanging around, you know.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Okay, tell me about your life in London.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Somewhat risky
I
around here.
understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Who will help you
if some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you, for a start, my dear Doctor.
Yeah, clever ass. Oh, you've got treatment for cold?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Okay, so he should recover by tomorrow. What are you doing here at night?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Not afraid of the epidemic?
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Interesting.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Okay, thoughts on the situation?
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
I see only a dreadful disease.
My mother loved poetry. Perhaps your words would have touched her sensitive nature. I only see a dreadful disease.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
This is true. Why seek?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it's a little morbid, sir?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Interesting. Afraid to find the truth about her?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
You don't know her?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Okay, do you have examples?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Fair enough. Mute Florist is
Did
part
you
of the
know
cult.
the Mute Florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
Okay. You're a helpless romantic. Are you not curious? You're a helpless
I
romantic.
fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Are you not curious?
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Okay, so you've done... I can't do anything with you. I've... No, let's
May
actually
I
ask
ask
the
you a
main
few
thing.
questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
About Dorothy Crane.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Interesting.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Interesting.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
I'll also loot all your stuff. I hope you don't mind. Yoink. Yoink. Oh. I wonder why it's not doing that anymore. Here. Maybe I'm pressing the wrong button. No, I'm definitely pressing the right button. Eh. Sycophant Publishing Limited, Lavender Court, Camden Street, London. Dear Mr. Nethercott, thank you for sending your book of poems, Songs from the Defeated City, which we found as interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times of our country is currently facing, you must understand that such title would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand full publication or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option. With kindest regards, A.G. Morris. Okay, so he's a bit stubborn as well, which makes sense. Let's go talk to him about that.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Yes. Do you make your living from writing?
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
You don't seem to suffer from
Still,
poverty, though.
You don't seem to suffer from poverty.
With thanks to my parents, actually. I'm afraid I would not be able to live on my own without their help.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
Interesting. So now I've completed
I'll leave you
him.
alone, sir.
So if I ever feel like a nice little nibble... So now let's go find the other guy. Clayton Darby.
Imprisoned by your daily routine.
Is that this guy?
Unable to see the true.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Okay, in that case, your investigation in London. No jobs for migrants
Christina
around here.
Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
This is true. Newspapers.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
This is true. It's only logical.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
What are you doing here after
What is a
sunset?
journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Okay, Mr. Public Interested.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Makes sense. Not afraid of getting
Have
out
you
at night?
any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
It's not a simple
I'm
epidemic,
convinced
that's for
there
sure.
is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
Okay. Personal questions, nothing.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
The nurse I know is compromised.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
No relatives?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Never goes
He
out?
never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Interesting. Fatigue as well.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Okay, let's go have a look at this mailbox then. Let's talk to you first.
Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well. Goodbye then.
Mailbox. Sure. There it is. My dearest, most beloved children, I am sorry that you have not heard from me in a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know that it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war. But there is also a war going on here in England, a war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years, which is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now, and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we must sometimes accept to make the world a better place. This is one that I make now to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am as ever your loving father, Darius Petrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
This is true.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Let's go have a word with him.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to...
The game you pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
And then soon, hopefully, we can hit a stopping point. Because we need to wrap the stream up shortly.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Okay. You may immediately regret this. I stole your money. And this money. And what's in your safe? New collectible. The antique figure of the Vircolacus? Interesting word. Of my many journeys, I believe it was the most amazed by my exploration of the Mediterranean Isles, and particularly the island of Santorini, searching for trails of vampire presence in these sunburned lands. Herodotus himself refers to the island in his 4th book, and I'm personally convinced that there are many mysteries to be unveiled in this part of the world. Who knows that, even today, the island of Santorini is still considered by some as the most vampire-infested place in the world. Way more than the Carpathians and its inhabitants are considered as specialists of the vampire hunt, or the hunt for Vrikolakos, as they call this creature. According to local myths, the Viroclakos, or Virokolakos, God knows I ain't going to be able to pronounce that right, is a dead person who does not decay and can show a vermilion complexion as long as he engorged with fresh blood. He cannot enter an house without knocking and getting a response. Garlic makes him flee. He does not consume under the sun, but his skin blackens. He can change into a wolf and other animals. What struck me as most is the same name exists, with small variations from the Mediterranean Sea to the Balkans. The Greeks call him the Vrikolakos, the Bulgarians and the Macedonians name him Varkolak or Vakolak. The Serbians call him Vuldolak. Yes, Vuldolak, a name so similar to the Vuldok we already know, my dear brothers. To write just a few words now gives me the shivers. I'm personally convinced that we are here confronted to some sort of proto-vampire. Maybe they are a missing link between the modern vampires and the creatures that came before them. If God allows me enough time, I wish one day to go back to the Santorini island and find the trail of this antique and forgotten figure. From drinking at the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. Okay, interesting. I'm enjoying the different take on vampiric
It's
lore
locked,
here.
all right.
It's a sort of a fresh take. Okay, let's have a word with you.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Cool. You have bronchitis. I
Do
can
you
treat
need some
that.
help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
Your life in London. About Nurse Crane's
So
real
Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Okay, why not?
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she really?
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough. And clever, too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Okay. Tell me more about her.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe...
Oh, that's what we've just done. Okay. Personal questions. Tell me about your
I know you
past.
fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. but I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
How did you meet
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Do you have any
Do
family?
you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Let's get on with what I came here to do. Also, let's just open these gates. Hospital here, apparently. Letter to Nurse Crane. London, 31st of October. My dear Dorothea, when you read this letter, I will be on the boat that will take Anton and me back to Brasov. England was not for us, and I confess I cannot wait to see you again in the proud hills of Transylvania. As soon as we are there, I promise to light a candle in the Black Church and pray for you that you survive this terrible epidemic. I know that you do not agree with this decision, and that you are determined to be more useful by helping our comrades exiled in the East End, but Anton cannot wait to return to our beloved country and see our long-awaited revolution bloom. He is my husband. I will stay by his side. I know that we had our arguments and fights, and I know you would have wanted me to stand by your side and help you manage this clinic of yours. But now that I'm leaving England, be assured that if anything were to happen to you, if you were ever in great trouble or danger, I would come back immediately to London with or without Anton. Please think of me as much as I think of you. Your affectionate sister, Theodora.
Can you hear my voice?
No, because it sounds like he may be a vampire.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Anything else I should know?
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
What would you suggest?
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
No, we need to have a
I
word, you and
suspect
I.
it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, Are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Okay.
Easy does it, boys. He's dead.
It looks like they're here to clean up.
Watch yourselves! Here's one of them!
We've got one of them. You'll pay for this, youngling.
Good night. Let's get back and report to Lady Ashbury.
Its effectiveness has been proven by me.
Okay. Actually, let's have a look. 3, 4, 4, 3, 1. So he could still be food. Dorothy Crane could be food. But let's not do that. Tippets. Pippa's just a little bit too good for me. These two. Probably put them out of their misery. But I don't really want to be killing anybody. I think I should be able to get along just fine without resorting to that.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
In a fucking grave. Through the leaf, boys.
Boss fight.
likes a bit of fire.
Come on, no, this is a bad place to be. Thank you. Just drain you a little bit of blood. There we go. These guys not drop anything, no. Interesting. Sounds like they're fighting some skulls over there. Leave them to it. Like better things to do. Like crafting some stuff. So I need a crap ton of these. I'll make like 4 of those. Make another one of those. Another one of those. Can we make some of those? No, we can't. Okay. Can we make some of these though? Cool. Can we upgrade this? We can. I think I want 3 stun points. Blood absorb sounds good. Common handle parts. As for you, there we go. Can I upgrade you as well? Yep, awesome. Damage increased, reload time, reload time. Oh hell yeah. Do damage increase this time, then you won't go trigger pass. What about this? Can I upgrade this? No. What about the scythe? Just got that right. Truncheon, stun. No. Let's see. Cordial, that'll give me a glass vial. So that's basically useless. Cool. Cool. Can I make any more? Ooh, missing 1 codeine. What a shame.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay. Rest to evolve. Kinda do want to upgrade the syringes. Double that up. Want to make that better. Don't have enough for that, but I can upgrade my total health. No, I can't. capacity again, maybe? Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Confirm. Let's check how things have changed. Disappearances in Whitechapel. Reports of mysterious disappearances have escalated in the past weeks. It's reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenon appears to be a nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have converged in a single area in the country, Whitechapel, London. Yes, once more, the despised and low East End is to struggle on its own, continuously overlooked by the authorities. Even while numerous families in the district report the unexplained disappearance of relatives and neighbours, what's happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them seems to be their health and their need for urgent medical attention. Until recently, it was a local secret that only the place to get a good, discreet dispensary managed to be unidentified Good Samaritans, but the place now seems to be closed and no one has any news from that facility. Did the missing persons go to a more secret place? Have they been discreetly moved from a more official office? One day soon, the London City Council's Board of Health will have to answer this new mystery. Interesting. So that changed, right? Yeah, he's healthy now. Everything's still fine there. Everything's still fine there. Cool. Okay. So guys, I think we're gonna wrap the stream up here. We've had an extra long stream because, well, we were kind of in the middle of that. Didn't feel right for me to let it go without sort of resolving that area. So I hope you thoroughly enjoyed watching. It's been nice to see a viewer stay around for a while. Don't forget to give me a follow. I stream every Monday to Friday at 12 PM GMT. All of these will be going up on my YouTube channel, which is in the description, or at least I will have it in the description. If not, it is one of my followable links on Twitch by the same name, The Weirdo with the Beardo. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I'll see you again in a future stream. And until then, guys, stay cool. Bye.